Oh, it's Big Ant, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. Had to come tap in real quick on Troy Ave, man. Troy Ave, we know, Tax Stone, they have a situation from Irving Plaza that happened some years ago now. Time is steady going on. Corona has pushed this back. Is Troy Ave a rat? Is Troy Ave a snitch? Different people are saying it. I've had people come into the chat and talk about Troy Ave a few times on my, the YouTube live chat I do. And last night it came up again. I said, all right, I told everybody I'm going to do a video on it. And they was like, bet. But we talked about it a little bit. Is Troy Ave a rat? I say, nah. The reason why he's not a rat, this is the thing. Nobody has been sentenced in this crime yet. I can go off of what Tax Stone has done recent interviews where he's speaking on the situation. He's saying his side of the story of, hey, man, I'm in prison. He free. How is he free and I'm in prison? You understand what I'm saying? It's this and this and it's that. What are we on? The streets is a myth now all of a sudden and all those type of things. That's what Troy Ave been saying. But me, the way I was raised and this and that, I can't throw a jacket on a man without the documented information. They have video footage there. They're supposed to have different angles. I haven't seen all the angles of the videos yet. Haven't seen all the paperwork, all the forensics. Some of this stuff is probably public online. I don't be trying to go discover these niggas rats though. I'm gonna let the information get put out. Then I'll speak on it after that. I'm not finna go look this up to figure this shit out. That just ain't my steez. I'm not knocking nobody who do with their media platforms or how they move. That just ain't really my style. Now, if somebody's sending it to me off this shit and it's public information, niggas DM me crazy shit all the time, then we'll talk about it. But I can't go into nobody's personal business and try to figure this type of shit out, bro. That just ain't my thing, bro. I fuck with niggas, though. I really do, but I just can't do that type of shit, bro. So, with this right here, I got to see the paperwork. I got to see him get on that stand and say, hey, this is the man that came up and did this. That would be snitching, bro, because you a street nigga. I'm not in the streets. I didn't come up from these street rules. I respect the streets, though. And I'm not going to use that as a form of manipulation to get content to my channel either, where, hey, because I'm not from the streets, I'm going to go get involved in some street shits and then say, oh, I'm not from the streets. Nah, because a nigga know how the streets work. Nigga, certain shit don't need to be out there. But I'm not knocking nobody who do, though, but I get it. So, if I go to the motherfucking streets and I claim the street shit like Troy Ave did, that's my only knock on Troy Ave. And I'll be honest with you, this ain't no disrespect to Troy Ave. I got no problem with dog. I used to jam that White Christmas consistently every day. You know what I'm saying? And after the shooting, I was jamming Troy Ave. Me and my nigga BP really fuck with Troy Ave music. But Troy Ave got rich off the street content, pressing the street content, separating himself from other rappers in the street format. Even on the business side too, though. He was doing independent business and he was running it up. So I had respect for that. He was standing firm. He didn't give a fuck. That nigga was always talking shit. And me, I'm the type of nigga like, bro, if you popping your shit, be able to stand on it. That's why I was like, Troy Ave is standing on this bullshit he be saying. I gotta respect the nigga, and I still do. Until the situation comes out on what's gonna really happen. Let's let all the facts come out. That's what I be on. I ain't call nobody no snitch. I tell my homegirls or girls I'm cool with, because girls say a lot of crazy shit about niggas. Oh, he gay. That nigga's gay. Oh, he gay. I said, nah, don't say that about no man in front of nobody because you don't have the facts. Don't call nobody no rat. I tell niggas that too in the streets. When I be out moving around, I might be in the spot. Niggas say, hey man, that nigga a snitch, bro. I say, bro, you got facts on that? Do you got the paperwork on that? Can somebody tell you he factually told on them and give you the docket number, time, date, and everything that he actually went and told? Now, they do have another type of thing of snitching, though. You got undocumented snitches where you could just tell the police, like, nigga might catch you up on some shit. They ask you, man, where these niggas at? Hey, man, we'll let you go if you tell us this. You could, hey, them niggas over there around the corner, nigga, they got all this shit, nigga, y'all looking for. I bet. It's an undocumented snitch. They just gonna say, hey, an unidentified, what they call it, an unanimous tip, however they say it, a tip that they don't know where it came from. That's what those be. That is a form of snitching, but it ain't documented. But if you can't prove that a nigga a snitch, you can't say that. So I will say this. No disrespect to Tax Stone. The stories that I heard, and even when Tax Stone did this recent interview, he's telling, hey, in this interview, he's telling that, hey, dog, I did my time already. So me putting my play together, when he said I did my time already, he's talking about the gun possession. Now, the ballistics and everything are showing that this is Tax Stone's gun. This is Tax Stone's gun. But Troy Ave approached him was the story that came out originally. Like I say, there's other angles of this video and everything like that the courts are going to see. They can tell more shit. They got more evidence and detail. So when they actually got to go to trial, we'll see. But he's saying, I did my time already, dog. So he's a convicted felon, got caught with a gun, been gone basically, I guess, like 4 years now. So he looking at it like, oh, I already served my 4 years fed time because I had the gun. I'm thinking Tax Stone is like, bro, because Tax Stone could really just go in here and say, man, bro, somebody approached me because they were saying this is what the rumors was. These are rumors. I didn't see the video. This is what the niggas in the streets were saying. I can't say this for sure. That Troy Ave approached him, put hands on him. He pulled out the blower, get the blowing, hit his man. Rest in peace. Banger. Banger dead. Troy Ave wrestles the gun. He shoot Troy Ave in the leg or the gun goes off while they wrestling for it. I'm not going to lie. If you put your hands on this man, this is still a form of self-defense that he can claim. This is still self-defense. It is what it is. If you approach somebody, you can't tell them how to react. Rest in peace to King Von. Now, the shooter in that case was not getting hit. His life was not threatened. But in this case, I can say my life was on the line, man. These niggas approached me. I don't know what they got going on, but I do got to take my charge for my illegal gun. He done did that time already. Or they might say, well, man, we going to give you 6 years. Shit, he out in 2 more years because he already did 4. So that's just all I'm saying on the gun side of things. But then there's a video of Troy Ave shooting into the crowd. There were multiple people hit. They can tell how these bullets reacted, the way, the forensics and this and that. Hey, what angle they were shot from. Troy Ave shot into the crowd. And that's on camera. That's on camera, Troy Ave shooting into the crowd. That's why it's such a fucked up situation. But what I will say and what I meant to say earlier, with Troy Ave, dog has made all this money off of the street content, being a street nigga. Going to prison is a part of the streets, dog. That's a part of the streets. We know that. If you're going to be continued and not trying to find a way out the streets and this and this and that and don't stay away and doing street shit, having beefs, you get caught up in some shit, you have to go do your time, in my opinion, before you say the streets is a myth. I feel like you can't wait, get all the glorification out the streets. And true, he was shot, then he was also shot again in the car. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, especially a motherfucker with kids. But you can't glorify the streets, and then when the bad part of the streets happen to you, you cannot say the streets is a myth now. You got to stop before you get to the prison part. Stop before the prison part. You can't say, oh, I'm going to speak on the street code, live up the street code, all this shit. And then when it's time for me to follow the street code, and the worst part of the street code is death in prison. Not street rules. The streets don't have rules. But the street code, the worst part is prison. You decide, oh, I don't want to go through that part. So now the streets is a myth. Nah, you got to be on that before, or you got to go do your prison time and do it after. That's just all I'm saying. But more details got to come out. I don't feel like Troy Ave is a snitch yet. Tax Stone feels otherwise. That's his opinion. I got to see all the details. That's just me. It's going to come out. I'm not jumping out the gun on nobody. I'd rather not call Troy Ave a snitch than call him a snitch. And then it come out that he not a snitch. That's just because you can't come. It's hard to come back from that. But so shout out to everybody. We going to see watch these Tech Stone interviews also and get your clarification on that. And that's for my supporters. This video is for my people in my chat. Subscribe to the channel, Urban Politicians TV, man. 1,000. Follow me on Instagram at UrbanPoliticians_Big Ant. For shit show.